I'm not so sure if Dr. Lucita is in the house. OPP, will you be the poet of the day, or do we go on without a poem today?
You can always do a poem, no worries. No worries.
Kindly. Thank you so much.
Let me
Mm-hmm.
let me look for that poem for.
Now, as OPP is getting the poem that he is going to be telling us today, I hope you guys remember he is also a writer and he's a poet. So, yeah. And just to remind you guys, we have already found a set dinner, a set location for the dinner. It will be at the Pan-Afric Hotel on the 30th of November. And again, just a reminder of our upcoming meet and greet that is going to be the last Saturday of March. That is going to be on the 28th of March, and it's going to be at JJ McCarthy in Kileleshwa. So, Otieno Paul Peter.
Yes.
Okay.
Good. Today, inspired by that conversation we just had about religion and politics and the necessary evil of politics, I want to do the poem um, that talks about today I did my share in building the nation. Today I did my share in building the nation. We can skip it. It's
Okay, no problem, OPP. No problem. No
I did
problem. Sorry, guys, I'm not a poet, so I can't help at this point. And neither can I sing, even to save my life. So I will not be singing, and I'll not be saying a poem. So what I'm going to do is I am going to introduce the guest speaker of the day today. I know it's been a while since I introduced the guest speaker, so I have the honors of introducing our guest speaker today. And he is none other than Hudson Omunga. He's an experienced software engineer and founder of TechBrain, a startup dedicated to scaling businesses through AI automation by seamlessly integrating technical precision with strategic business leadership. He holds two computer science degrees from the USA and an MBA from the University of Nairobi. Hudson's expertise lies in designing AI-driven systems that empower SMEs across Kenya and globally. Having engineered robust solutions for firms in Europe and America, he brings a world-class perspective to local challenges. At TechBrain, they are not just building software, they are crafting the digital backbone for the next generation of entrepreneurs. Karibu sana, Mr. Hudson Omunga.
Thank you so much. I hope everybody can hear me clearly.
Yes.
That was quite an introduction. My name is indeed Hudson Omunga. I'm a founder of a startup that is developing AI solutions for businesses. We have been doing this for companies across Europe and America, and I thought, well, why not for motherland? Everything has been said basically about me, about my education, and the solutions we've been building for companies. And I'll, with your permission, jump right in. I think I have a slide. Probably I can share it later on, but I'd like to present from the slide. You'll confirm if you're able to see my document. No. Can you see anything?
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
Mm.
Let me just note. Now?
Yeah, it's loading. Yes, there it is.
So we are on the same page, everybody.
We are right. We are on the same page. This page of era of AI agents.
Yes, the era of AI agents in business. May I start with a question? Have you heard about AI agents? Anybody who's heard AI agents? I believe all of us must have heard about something, even if it's not very specific information, but we've heard about artificial intelligence and specifically AI agents. Anybody who has used cloud before? I believe all of us.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
right?
they shall be putting comments in the chat. So Rotary Mugwe said not
Very
yet.
good. Very
Yes.
good. So, like I said, I'm a founder of a startup called TechBrain. We are based at GTC 14th floor. When you have time, you can pay us a visit one day. We'll have a coffee and talk more. So, ideally, an AI agent is, by definition, a technical system that can analyze data and make decisions. I usually like AI agents to a digital human being, basically, because you can perceive your environment, you can analyze data, you can decide on what to do, and actually do what is supposed to be done. So ideally, AI agents are digital workers. The best analogy I like to give is that of a receptionist. Think of a receptionist at any office. For this case, let's make it much simpler and look at a dentist office. They have a receptionist who gets inbound calls and also makes outbound calls. And that receptionist is supposed to get customer details, or rather patient details, and then using a tool, which is the doctor's calendar, check availability of the doctor. After checking, find a slot in the doctor's calendar, then ultimately book a slot in that doctor's calendar. That is what a summary of a doctor's receptionist workflow will involve. So AI agents are able to execute some of those workflows, most of them basically, at a method that is much more accurate and without errors, that is, than what a normal human being will do, because AI agents are powered by software and, of course, hardware. And as we all know, human beings are not very good at doing things that are repetitive in nature. If, for example, I told you to say hi to me maybe 5 times or 10 times, by the time you get to the 9th time, you'll start thinking, what a stupid thing to do, to keep saying hi and hi and hi all the time. But when technical systems like AI agents are programmed to do that kind of repetitive work 1,000,000 times and without emotions, you find they do much better than us humans. They have unlimited memory for that matter, and they can crunch a lot of data in real time and make decisions and infer decisions from those data points without having to blink or even delay, which would be the case for us human beings. So yes, AI agents are basically, in the simplest form, digital workers. Okay. Yes, we are talking about artificial intelligence replacing human beings, but we still need the human in the loop, because sometimes even data itself can have issues, and we always want a human auditor to be in between so that we make the ultimate final decisions. But for simple workflows like the one that I've just talked about, a receptionist, we can always bring in these AI agents, and they will do a lot of work. They will work many hours, 24/7 basically, and their cost is very, very minimal. You cannot compare to the cost that you'll give, you will incur when you hire a human worker. So basically, autonomous systems that perform complex multi-step tasks efficiently. AI agents perceive data, reason, plan, and execute optimal actions. For example, if you give a human being choices, probably 3 choices, it will be difficult for them to make a decision, because it involves analyzing data in real time, and that may mean a lot of data, and then making the optimal decision between the 3 options. That is what AI agents excel much better than human beings. So we have been having automations. I believe all of us own a device, a mobile phone, a laptop, or a desktop computer, a tablet, and they brought us limited levels of automation in the name of software. Now, AI agents are moving us from that limited automation to full automation, what we are referring to as autonomous agents, either semi-autonomous, which need human beings to intervene along the workflow, and then the fully autonomous agents, which are able to execute workflows from the beginning to the end. You've heard about AI agents, artificial intelligence systems that are able to build full software, websites, basically, without anybody intervening. Those are what we refer to as fully autonomous AI agents. So AI agents are transitioning us from simple tools to strategic business partners. You can think with them. They can think alongside you as you perform your daily functions as a business owner or a worker. So as we head into 2026 already, companies are automating a lot of workflows, and they are saving a lot of money along the way. You find you may just need a small team of human beings and an unlimited number of AI agents who form part of your team as digital workers. So there are several places this technology has found home as an application, and one of them is autonomous front desk. Had that briefly for the case of dentists. These front desk automations will handle complex scheduling and appointment management. They will coordinate seamlessly with all internal teams' calendars, provide instant response, and then allow humans to focus. If, for example, it's a doctor, you don't have to bother yourself with the administrative overhead. All you do is pay attention to your work, and the AI agent will do the booking and scheduling and everything for you, because it will also send reminders to patients who have booked, and all the other things that a human being will do for you. But remember, always at a much cheaper cost. There's another arena we call social media management. I don't know whether there is any social media manager among the attendees today. This is a position that has been there for quite a while now, and it came about because of the rise of social media. Companies found that social media could really build their brands at much lower cost than the conventional media houses. I believe you understand what it costs to have an advert, for example, on one of our media stations. But when you look at social media, it gives you that leverage without having to spend that much money. And that is how social media managers came to the scene. And a lot of them build brands across geographical regions that were not limited by reach. And now, social media agents are coming in as a force multiplier. They can scan the internet in real time, gather a lot of data on trending topics, and then weave in your brand and produce posts that also take advantage of the trending topics, so that your brand can be visible to the audience. And they don't just stop there. They're also able to engage the audience. Once those posts go out and people start interacting with your posts, AI agents can sit in based on their knowledge base, because AI agents operate on a specific knowledge base that guides them on what they are able to do and the decisions they are able to make. So, for example, if somebody likes your post or they make a comment on your social media handle, the AI agent will start that comment. It will refer to its knowledge base, that is basically your company and all the files. And then it will produce a response and post back to whoever made that comment. And that response will have context about the post that it created on social media, and also your brand. So this AI agent, in most cases, will outperform human beings because they are live 24/7. They can interact with their audience unlimitedly. And of course, you'll incur a much lower cost than you would pay a social media manager. Then, of course, the last of areas I included is customer care. I think you will identify when I talk about the Safaricom bots that along the way you have interacted with. For example, you would ask a question and then it takes you through a series of steps, trying to diagnose and solve your problems. These were hard-coded and they were programmed to act in a certain way. But if you gave them something that was out of context, for example, maybe you ask a question that is not in its knowledge base, they would usually crash and the conversation ends there, or they would give you a very generic answer and probably tell you whatever you are trying to do was not possible as far as they were concerned. Those were what we call bots, basically with limited knowledge. But compared to AI agents can carry out what we call conversational artificial intelligence. They can have human-like conversations with your customers or your patients in a way that cannot be distinguished from what a human being would do. So this this is possible only because they are powered by large language models such as ChatGPT, Cloud, or OpenAI's other conversational AI solutions. So this thing can refer to the knowledge base that it has, then look at the rules that are also given to it, then reason with them using these language models. And by that alone, it can have very unique conversations with the different customers or patients, referring to their unique needs, then reasoning out using AI, the LLMs for that matter, and then have real human-sounding conversations with your clients. And in most cases, you find these conversations are very, very professional and very, very kind, should I say, because when you put, I believe all of us have interacted with the customer cares from organizations, and you find when you keep going, for example, when your problem doesn't get solved at the right time you want, they get emotional. They start probably talking things that are not very professional, because, I mean, they're not to be blamed because we are all human beings. All of us, when you can't solve a problem right away, sometimes we get frustrated, and then we transition to emotional outbursts, and that really is not very nice for customers. And this is the job that AI agents are able to do on a 24/7 basis with a very, very high precision without making errors and being emotional. So you find that application of AI agents in customer care really, really creates that advantage over human beings. So AI agents have competitive edge over human beings because of the few I've mentioned. But what comes out very, very clearly is that they are available 24/7. They can refer and analyze data in real time. And the cost of these AI agents is very, very minimal as far as human beings are concerned. And then for conversational AI, they are not limited by language. If you deploy an AI agent, for example, at your reception, and you have clients who are speaking Chinese, others speaking German or French or any other language that is supported, you'll find that they don't have any problem switching language. They can, if you speak to them in Chinese, they'll switch to the language that you are comfortable in. And you can imagine the amount of advantage they have over human beings. Because a lot of us, if you can do so well, I believe you cannot go past 4 languages. And that is where AI agents are able to outcompete us in terms of performance in most of the areas that they are applied. So the future is basically agentic. Companies that are looking to have an edge over competition, they cannot fail to consider this technology. It's a new technology. It's maturing very fast. As you can see, technology is moving so fast. So if you're not going to take advantage at an early age, somebody who has already onboarded themselves with AI is not going to be comparable to what you are doing at whatever level. So TechBrain, we build AI agents for all kinds of customers. We have hospitals. We also build for hotels. And especially booking systems. You no longer have to rely on static software that has always to be interacted with the human beings via clicks and all that. Data entry, the AI agents automate everything. So if you think of bring this technology on board, we have a few steps that we look at. We identify a high impact area in your business. We define very clear and measurable objectives. And then we do what we call structuring of data inputs so that we can know, because they only operate based on data. So once we identify your area of need, and then we clearly state what the agent should do or should not do. And then, yes, we structure and build the agents so that we can scale across your enterprise. As I said, this is TechBrain. We are based at GTC Mall at the 14th floor. Anytime you want to visit us, you are always welcome. We can have a cup of tea and try to see how you can cut costs in your company, as well as improve efficiency for your service delivery. Thank you so much. I think this is what I had for today, but I believe the team has questions, and I'm ready to clarify some of the areas that you might need clarification. Thank you again.
Great. Thank you very much, Hudson. And this is something that is just penetrating. Some other people are afraid of this concept because it means to them that they have no jobs. For example, you just talked about now the receptionists, the people who provide customer care service. What would you say to them? What should they do? Or should they just look for a different job? What is your thought? Guys, let's put our questions in the chat so that we can have them answered. Go ahead, Hudson.
You had asked about whether people should get worried or not. To be honest, it is a yes and no answer. Because the level of automation really depends on a specific case for specific companies. We have companies that can only automate specific areas of their workflows. And there are companies like software development companies. You can basically automate almost everything. So this is on a case basis. Yes, for people who are working in the receptionist, it is either you can be supercharged as an individual, but ultimately the number of receptionists we will need in the future is going to drastically go down. That is to be taken note of, because work that would be requiring maybe 5 front desk staff might just need probably. So because we still need that human touch in the process, in the workflow, still human being, we will still have humans, and but their number will go down.
Okay, thank you. And now somebody has asked, how, that is Grace and Eso, how best can one be prepared for them not to be replaced, if at all? Yeah. What would be used to address the skill gap? And I think related to that is when people incorporate these agents and companions, do they need some specific skill sets or they can just use them like there is no learning curve. Is it like a TV? You come, switch on, and it's working, or you need to you need to
I like that.
drive? Yes.
Yes. AI agents are basically your colleagues. Just the same way we employ a new colleague in the office. Yes, ultimately you'll have to do some bit of refreshing up, but it is a digital worker. That means a colleague that works alongside you. So you don't need that skill set of the digital worker, but you need to know how you'll be able to interact with them in order to achieve your mission at the company.
Okay, great. Now, thank you. Somebody said thank you, Hudson, for the presentation. Please share some links to the websites of companies where AI agents are used to respond to clients. So maybe you will put some example websites on the
Yes,
chat, and
ultimately.
then yes, and then on a light note, why do IT gurus use the same signature style in
They use the same.
face, bearded face and t-shirt with official coat? I don't know. I don't know what the guy means. Why do IT gurus have the same signature style, i.e. bearded? I think that was on a light note. I don't know what they mean. Anyway, on a serious note, what regulates the AI business in Kenya? Which authority or which law? Is there any regulation with respect to that? I think it would be related to the Communications Authority or Data Protection, something. I don't know. What would you say about that?
You need to understand this. AI agents are basically software under the hood. So they're not different from any other software technology. So laws that apply to data protection that is governed here in the country and across borders, they're still the same laws that also govern AI agents, because they are very data hungry technology units. So as far as data is concerned, we have GDPR, for example, that governs how you manage, how you acquire, store, and manage data for individuals who come from the European Union. We also have the Spam Act from the United States. And I believe also here, we also have our data protection and governing acts as made by our parliament. So yes, they are AI agents, but basically software like any other software that acquires, stores, and manages data. They are not any different. They are also subject to the same laws.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, as we continue to answer questions, just to mention that these sessions are sponsored by ICT Gurus and Falcon Insights Global. And then this platform is owned by Live Your Dream. So these are the people who put together all these sessions for you, at least for now. There is a comment or a question again from Jane Mweni. Thank you for the insights. Which are the must know or must understand AI tools? I think right now in the present society, what tools would you say that for where we are right now, this is something you must know to stay relevant, maybe?
It depends which area of business, which area of your life are you so much concerned with? Because we have different professions doing different things, and I would say the bare minimum is how to take advantage of those large language models, because they are powering almost everything. But when you hear about artificial intelligence, what I've just talked about is partly conversational AI, where we have agents that are able to carry out conversations that are human sounding and also intelligence at the same time, and be able to act in the real world. For example, it can cobble up an email and then send and then make follow-up on the action points that are supposed to be acted upon between the two parties. So that is doing real work. But the bare minimum for any human being for now, I think you really need to get on top of language. I mean, large language models, LLMs, because they're able to do a lot of things. For writers, for people who are producing content, you see, those are things that you really have to have on your side, because these days you don't need to do anything from, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. AI can give you a head start. Then, of course, if you are a profession, you need to know what you are doing. They make mistakes as well. So you should be the auditor of your AI tool. But ideally, I would say get your LLMs as the baseline.
I think that is important, and we had some discussions before about how to make use of the basic ones for daily use, and there is a program that we are working on. If you would be interested on how to make use of the AI for your daily use in business, then you can reach out. I'll put a link there for Tino Polvita under contacts. And then we have that was from yes, that was from Grobiz Africa. AI revolution is revolutionizing how work is done and the speed and efficiency of output. What needs to be done is the balance. Yeah, it's the balance to ensure human in the loop every decision. Yeah, well, that's a comment. Falcon Insights, among our partners here in Power Monday, has commented. You mentioned Safaricom as an example. In as much as they have automated customer care, at times it's frustrating when your issue has not been resolved. How do you create a balance between leveraging on technology but still offering customers an avenue to interact with real human beings? I'm the one adding real, but to interact with human beings. How do you do that? It can all be shoved into the AI, but maybe at some point somebody wants to vent, somebody to listen. Yes, you want to reach the human being. How do you do that?
Yes, there are those cases, because with every technology, there's always the positive side and the negative side. Because if you look at how AI, the speed that AI is developing, it's something that has never been possible before. We are moving at a speed that is, you can't basically keep up with. Even us who are developing these systems. I mean, the speed at which things are changing is great. It's so huge that you have to master probably one line and stick with it and make sure you're always updating yourself on a daily basis, basically. Because today you hear this has come out, tomorrow something else has come out, and the other day, I mean, things keep rolling and rolling on a daily basis. So yes, as to come back to the question, is that there are places that we really still need that human touch. I would say, for example, in a hotel, they rely on booking systems. Okay, so we can automate the booking entirely. But as far as welcoming guests to the hotel is concerned, we can't leave that to AI agents or robots, because basically AI agents are robots that live in the cloud and not in the physical world. So when we talk about automation, it has its limits. I agree, it has its limits. But the multiplier effect it has on businesses is something that we've not seen before.
Great. Then the next question, I want to combine them. One is from Melvin. Which sectors of economy have taken up AI agents from TechnoBrain in Kenya? And which are the most common business workflows they have requested to be automated with AI agents? In other words, just examples that these ones have taken, and these are the things that have been automated. And added to that is a question from Eric. How affordable is it? Say you are picking now the customer experience board, you're putting it in. How is it affordable? Or social media, the one for social media, so that people can do the compare and contrast. Yes. We said
Yeah,
it's
those are nice.
we said
Those
it's
are nice
more
questions.
affordable. Yes.
The issue of cost, the issue of efficiency are things that any technology has to have a solution for. And I'm imagining all of us who are doing business, you cannot fail to consider social media. If you are really doing business, probably you have done something on social media to either market your brand or to launch a product and all those kind of things. And as your audience grows, you can imagine the kind of challenges that start arising from managing your social media accounts. For example, a small business, an average small business might have 5 social media handles, isn't it? And for those, you must manage them on a daily basis. You have to post content on a daily basis. And actually, posting content is not just posting. You have to generate that content. You have to curate that content, then post. And again, posting is not the end. People are going to respond to what you posted. You need also to respond back. Otherwise, you lose your audience. You cannot be talking back to them and expect them to be there waiting for you, read your post and all that. So it has to be a two-way interaction all the time. I can assure you, managing a single social media handle on a daily basis is work enough. Now, multiply that handle by 5. Probably you have a social media handle on Facebook, on X, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok. You can almost run mad if you're going to do it the normal conventional way we've been doing it. But with an AI agent, that is like, I mean, it is going to do that work 24 hours in a day without that fatigue you will experience as a human being. Because number one, we build what we call end-to-end workflow. If it's generating content, it has to generate content based on your brand, based on research that has been done, data gathered online, and points taken or noted on things that are trending. Then it generates that content, it posts that content, and then finally it interacts with your users. Okay, so that kind of automation is not for sophisticated companies. It is for anybody who is running ads or posts on their social media handles. The next thing is ultimately the cost. How much does it cost to build a single workflow? That will depend, again, on the level of automation. We have what we call simple workflows, and we also have what we call fully autonomous complex workflows. If you're going to, for example, build a social media AI agent that is going to cover you for the 4 channels, I would say that would take, because we have generation of content based on your brand, and then posting, and then engaging that content. Okay, So for a small business, that would take about 50,000 Kenya shillings. And if you're going to employ a social media manager, because I know you've done this before, you've done the work, and probably you know how much it cost you in terms of time and money. That is going to save you upwards of 60% of the cost and give you sleep at night. You don't want to wake up in the middle of the night thinking, now, who is interacting with my post? The agent will do that for you when you are sleeping and file reports for you in the morning. Okay? So there's no excuse to keep doing all this complex work. Or, I mean, you wake up and start thinking, now, what do I post on my handles today? That can be taken care of. Yes.
So thank you. Is that subscription or it's one of 50,000
It is subscription because
is it per month?
these AI agents are powered by large language models. So there is what we call labor cost, and then of course the subscription cost that you'll pay per month. But still, very little money compared to what you pay if you are to employ somebody doing that work full time. Actually, if you consider the digital worker as a replacement for your human worker, the cost goes down by upwards of 60%.
Yeah, I know that. Now, the other thing maybe related to that is enough times when we create things, more so images, using AI, they may have some errors, like even the caption or some other text on the image. How is that taken care of in this? Is there human intervention to check before it's posted, or it will just go there and then people feel like, and now this creates an impression that they are just chatting with AI, no real human being online, really.
Exactly. Now, and that is where I want to be. I want this to be very clear, because this is your colleague. It is not like some magical worker that can do things in their own black box and just come up with results. Because at every stage of the automation, it asks for permission from you. Number one, this is content that has been generated about this brand. Does it speak the language of your brand? Do you agree that we proceed to the next? So every step of the way, there is that human control. You give authorization before the AI agent proceed to the next stage until it's finally at the final stage. Even the comment that is going to post on social media, you have that liberty to evaluate and audit before the comments go out, depending again on how the size of the audience and all that. But I can assure you, when it comes to giving those posts and all that, conversational AI agents, you will not distinguish, because I'm going to send you to my website after this meeting for you to go there, interact with my AI agent that is working for me, and then you'll tell me what you think that technology is, or it can do for your business.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah. Well, Maurice asked, and maybe we'll just handle these two questions, then we break for.
Oh, and sorry, just to mention, there's something I'm forgetting. Somebody had asked who is taking up this technology, isn't it?
Who is taking up?
Yes, who is adopting AI agents and all that?
Yes, Melvin, yes.
Again, if you go to my website, you'll also find that information. But just to mention, we are working with dentists across the country and abroad, whereby conversational AI agents is coming in very handy for them as far as booking patients, scheduling them, and checking availability in their calendars, canceling schedules, as well as rescheduling appointments is concerned. That is one of the major areas that conversational AI is making an impact in this country.
Okay. Yeah, so just maybe few some short comment on the following. How best do we balance between authentic human contribution and AI? That is from Maurice. That recently I received an email, used AI to create a response, emailed it back, and I got a response that looked like it is AI generated, and the cycle goes on. Okay, that's as you will comment on that. But I think you've mentioned that there should always be human intervention and authorization before it's released. I usually believe it's our laziness when something is generated and we do not want to read the whole of it or just inspect it, we trust and send. So there should be some intervention, some way of, you just take time to check it. And I love seeing that you cannot make good use of AI if you are not intelligent yourself, because you will need to take time and go through and find out that this is wrong. Enough times I use AI a lot, but I also have to check, and enough times I correct it and tell it, where this is wrong, and I reject some of the ideas that they come up with. So it's important to just be vigilant. But there is a good question from Isaiah. Is asked, there is always a slogan that AI will take away jobs from those without AI. If AI implementation is done by AI providers, now like you, TechnoBrain, then how does having an AI certificate help protect their jobs, especially where one is not in the IT department? That there is this hype, take AI course, and now you have a certificate. But then the implementation is still being done by some other providers. So he's asking, how does taking a certificate now help if you are not in any way related to IT? Maybe you can comment on that, then we
Yeah, that's interesting. I think to put this into context, it's like saying a farmer somewhere in Narok, he grows his wheat on his farm using, let's say, a djembe. He plows his land using a djembe, and at the end of the day, he ends up planting some wheat and doing some harvesting and all that. And then a technology comes up that is a tractor. People are buying tractors and using them to till their land and doing the same thing, yes, growing wheat. If you compare this person who's still using his traditional methods and the one who is using modern technology, for example, the tractor, for simplicity's sake, they are going to do the same thing, but the results are going to be different, definitely, isn't it? Yeah, so AI is not something we are going to look at as a magical. It's just a tool like any other tool. So if you have the tool, you're going to achieve more. But that doesn't mean that human beings are totally going to disappear from the workplace or tasks because AI is on the scene. Because even us, the solutions we are producing doesn't mean they're going to kick humans out of the workplace. It is still difficult. A tractor on its own, much as you can still automate it, will not do the work unsupervised. So we are moving to an era whereby human beings might not be doing that heavy lifting work, but they are ultimately going to work on a level that is different, a level that is going to be supervising the robots that are going to work for us. That you can take it to the bank. We are not going to have a receptionist working at the same level using the same tools that have been using for the last decade. They're going to work as supervisors, definitely, of the technology, of the AI agents, all that. So everybody is a professional, but that is going to take some upgrading so that you can be in charge of those digital workers. That is what I would like to say for this.
Thank you. I think we may need to stop it there. We only have 2 minutes to close. Yes, Lady Noel. Afterwards, after we finish at 8:15, you can stay on so that you answer the rest of the questions. We just want to release other people who want to leave.
No problem.
Thank you so much. That was a fantastic presentation. And AI is here to stay. You can't fight it. You just have to upgrade and flow with it. Just flow with it. So you can't fight it. And actually, I think those people who are fighting it are the ones who are going to be replaced. Just embrace AI. And another thing I was thinking is, even when you go to ChatGPT, do not just post whatever you want. I don't know, write for me an essay of 500 words that describes Otieno Paul Peter. No, it also depends with what you feed that ChatGPT, and that is the response you're going to get. If you just post something like, write the essay of 500 words about Otieno Paul Peter, you will get exactly that. And someone else can input something different, and it is the same essay, and what they're going to get is very rich and very informative about Otieno Paul Peter. So don't just copy and paste and do what, put your mind in it. So I call upon Dr. Maurice Omondi. It's been a while. Dr. Maurice Omondi, kindly give us the vote of thanks.
Thank you, giving me titles, which I hope to officially assume very soon. But I really appreciate your goodwill. Thank you so much, Lady Noel, for moderating this session very well. Thank you so much, Otieno Paul Peter. And thank you so much, our speaker, Hudson Eboso, for demystifying what is AI, especially the AI agents. Even the example you used, that AI agent is like a receptionist, receiving guests and scheduling. And, you really made it so easy for us to understand. And they have also demystified the fear. There's some of us who are so much afraid. When you think of AI, they get afraid extremely. And for those who are in this call, maybe they're not of, I don't know whether they're of age, when we really got into the current photocopiers, and don't think I'm from the which era. But I remember when we were in high school, when photocopiers were coming. Before that, they used to produce exams by rolling them in some things. So when photocopiers came, a lot of and the computer. I remember I was still young, but when computers came, people were saying computers will not last. We'll still stick onto our typewriters and photocopiers. And I remember there are a number of people, secretaries and other people who really lost a lot of jobs. But those who quickly embraced computer really became top-notch. And they survived, and they survived even up to now. So many of us who are resisting AI, saying this is just a passing cloud, have come to realize that that is not true. It is the reality that we have to embrace. It needs to become we have to be on top of it and to make the best use of it. And thank you so much, Hudson, for making this so simple, making it as understand. And so we really have to appreciate your time for spending this time with us. I've already thanked you, Otieno Paul Peter and Live Your Dream, Lady Noel, and all the team behind Power Monday. And more so, the participants. If you're not here, the speaker will just be speaking to himself. But by you remaining up to this moment, we really, really appreciate. So thank you so much. Be challenged and have a good day. Thank you very much and have a good day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. We also want to thank the sponsor, Falcon Insights Global. They have sponsored this session from February to July. We don't take it for granted. They are good partners. Yes, go ahead, Lady Noel.
I don't know what I'm going ahead with, but I call upon Antonia. Antonia, admin,